I'm Sara.
From HotChelleRaeFans.com, and we are with Chelle Rae in Atlantic City.
Sure are.
All right, so we're going to start off with some normal questions. So you guys have been you've been on tour, obviously, a lot over the summer, and you have your new single, Hung Up, was your most recent single, and you had Lovesick Electric was your first album, and then you had Whatever. So we wanted to know, how do you think you've evolved, like from Hung Up since all the way back when?
Well, we've evolved in a lot of ways. Hung Up is kind of the last, I mean, as far as music goes going forward, it's kind of the last thing that's going to sound so recognizably like us. We're kind of moving on as far as stylistically it'll still be fun and polished, but it's a little bit more of a serious approach. We've been touring for a long time and gone through a lot of different things and experienced a lot of new places and new relationships and kind of grown as people, and it kind of shines through the music.
Yeah, I mean, we wrote Hung, I think almost 2 years ago in this next January. So it was written during the, I think while honestly it was out on the radio. So, you know, from then until now, the song we write a month from now is going to be definitely a growth and a, you know, 2013 or more futuristic version of whatever we do. 2018.
Let's be honest, the album's coming out in 2018.
Yeah.
So we just set the date.
Call it 2020.
It's going to be so everyone can stop with all the memes and the jokes.
But, so let's just address this real quick, because every fan, and we're sad about this, is always like, when is it coming out? You know, you're just saying soon, soon, soon. And we want it to be out, you know, a year ago. But we wanted to get it right and do it as, you know, perfectly as we can for our fans. So, you know, it's worth it for us to take the time to give them something that we're really, really proud of.
And here's the thing, if we give you a date, we're going to be liars. I've had so many people on Twitter just be like, you said this date, it's this date, you're a liar.
I mean, we were even, you know, told for a minute or two that we had a single coming out like this last June. So we never know. It's really like, it's just going to happen when it happens, but it's going to be the right time when it does, and it's all going to align and be great.
You make it perfect.
Exactly.
You always do.
So you guys have been working on the album for a while. Can you say who you've been writing with, or are there any collaborations on the album?
There are not collaborations yet,
okay.
but I think when we choose all of the songs and we know the final 10, 12, whatever it may be, then we're going to kind of know what vibes fit what artists that we love and, you know and worked with, and mash it up.
Okay, cool. We're excited for it.
Yeah, we're excited to release it. Yeah.
So this past summer when you were on tour with Justin Bieber and Mike Posner, what was it like when you found out that you would be like touring with them? Like, what was your first reaction?
We were on pins and needles for a long time. We knew that they were interested in Bieber was interested in taking us out, but we weren't 100% sure. And we've been on a few shows together. We played New Year's with Justin, and we kind of found out like very, very shortly before it started. And when we found out, we were all freaked out. And then we found out Mike Posner was going to be on it, who's a really good friend of ours and a guy that we have worked with and written with for the upcoming record. And it still doesn't even feel like it flew by.
Yeah.
Like it was 27 shows, and we were like, oh man, that's a lot of shows, and it was just over like that.
No tour has ever gone by so quickly.
Yeah.
Well, we found out as we were getting to the CMT Awards in Nashville, which is like a little over 2 weeks before the first date. So it's one of the fastest, like most, you know, just like, you know the news and you're going out, you know. It happened like that, and it was pretty exciting.
You had to prepare pretty quickly.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, we did. We had to rehearse and get
Must have
ready.
been crazy with so many screaming fans and huge arenas every night.
It was incredible. It was the dream tour for us, and hopefully in the next couple of years we'll get to do one like that for ourselves. That's what our goals are.
Awesome. So on to some favorite questions. What would you say was your song of summer 2013? We're going a row.
It's depressing that it's already to that point. Like it's over almost. Summer. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and say Roar.
Dang it.
Katy Perry.
Really?
It already is, even though it's only been out for like a week.
Roar is
killer. 4 days. It's so good, it's stupid. The summer's kind of over. That's what she said.
It's still hot outside.
Yeah.
But if you had to choose one that wasn't
I'm gonna say Party Rock Anthem by Helen.
Going back. Going back. I gotta say Bugatti. Like, every time it comes on, it's just like, something crazy happens.
I have an argument for how you did not.
Wait.
You just don't.
Somebody that I used to know. I'm still kicking.
Oh my God. I'm still kicking myself.
Let's see, if I had to choose.
I don't know, Lord.
Yeah, man.
That's
Pretty good.
Pretty good.
I think this The City by 1975.
Boom.
That's probably that or Chocolate. I love both those songs, and I really want to say I cannot get enough of them.
I might even like it more than Chocolate. Yeah, we just seldom play.
And Chocolate's a song, by the way. It's not maybe just being like, I think I like the Jenn more than Chocolate. So yeah.
All right. So you've been to some pretty exotic places recently. What would you say was the most exotic food you've eaten recently?
I mean, Japan's always some of the best, most incredible food ever, but the options are definitely crazy over there.
That's what I was going.
I love sashimi, but
I don't go down that road.
They don't-
I just stick to what's safe right now most of the time.
We ate something.
Nash eats the craziest stuff.
Nash, I didn't eat anything crazy, but
we had some.
he ate a fish. Like they brought out a plate, and it was just a fish that was barbecued. I had an eyes, and this guy that we were with from the label just I was like, do you just eat that?
He's like, yeah.
He picked it up and put the head in his mouth and just goes. And Nash was like, I'll try that, and I was like,
I left the head out of the equation.
Oh, okay.
But I did eat it because I'm like, all right, I'm here, and you know, it's like this like special fish that they're like really stoked. There's like a seasonal thing, so I may as well try it and see what it's like. And it was good, but it was really bitter, which is strange for a fish. So it's like kind of, if you like grapefruit, you'd probably like that because it's that kind of like bite and like oomph to it. It was weird.
So you guys spend a lot of time on your tour bus and probably watch a lot of TV shows. What would you say is your current guilty pleasure?
You know, our tour manager watches a lot of like Gold Rush and like Pawn Stars and like
American
shows.
Pickers.
Yeah, American Pickers. And I used to make fun of Gold Rush a lot, but I actually really like the show.
Here's the thing: anyone who's a television like reality show producer is one of the most talented people in the world because they can make you doing nothing actually keep you watching it.
It's
like an
pretty
hour.
impressive.
It's crazy.
Nash watches a lot of Law and Order.
Anything that has murder detective, a stack of papers they're trying to sift through, like anything that's in a police station, I'm in. Like I'm gonna watch it for like 3 or 4 episodes.
Quality TV. You gotta find out the end. What happened?
I know, and then they roll into the next episode.
I'm all about the newsroom right now. You guys are crazy.
But they watch so much Breaking Bad in such a small amount of time. Like
I mean, I watched this season in a day.
And Game of Thrones.
Breaking Bad's one of the best shows.
Those are not guilty. Those are not guilty pleasures.
I forgot what was guilty.
Tabitha Salon Takeover.
What do you watch?
Whatever's on in the morning.
Million.
I don't watch
I like the
things
house
for guilty
shows.
pleasures.
I like Millionaire.
I
$1
saw.
Million Home.
Wait a
Wait,
second.
wait,
Wait,
$1
I saw a
listing.
really good meme about House the other day. It was, all right, it's been 52 minutes. Now here's what's really wrong.
Have you seen House?
Yeah, I used to watch it.
Well, Ian's the only one with an actual home, so it makes sense that you like watching the house shows. We're like, what's it like to have a place that you own?
Actually,
No, $1 million
that is a
listing.
complete- That's my guilty pleasure. Guilty pleasure.
Whatever you guys are gonna say, the animals.
HGTV, all day, every day. I love it. I'm serious.
E-News from time to time. Catch up on the daily gossip.
Yep.
He makes a cereal. That's what I do in the morning.
So we watch a lot of crappy TV, apparently.
So speaking of this downtime, what's your favorite iPhone game app?
Plants vs. Zombies 2.
Man, Ski Safari. Ski Safari just keeps updating, so it keeps me liking it. Like, there's always new levels and stuff.
So it's not Fruit Ninja?
Fruit Ninja, I do play a lot. Like, that's my...
We play Fruit Ninja in real life.
I really like
It's true.
Scramble
Oh, yeah.
Friends. That's a good one.
What?
Scramble Friends.
Never even heard of that.
word game.
So I guess we're not your
Like
friends.
scrambled words.
Or
No,
Scrabble.
you guys don't have it.
Then we're not friends.
I'm not much of an iPhone gamer.
You did like Steve Spark for a while.
Safari and Tower Defense are the only, and Angry Birds. Those are literally the only three games
I
I can
like
ever
this.
really
I like Sudoku. That's really lame, but I like it.
I like it because when you're on the airplane and you have to turn your phone off for those few minutes, even though it's not doing
Yeah.
anything. Sudoku is in the little
Solitaire.
magazine.
I like Solitaire. That's a good one.
We're all 100
95.
years old.
Yeah.